Whether it's her passion for the Norwex mission, her passion and fight to ensure Gracie and her family have everything for a successful future, or her energizing excitement for everyone who is part of her organization. Sure, she has all the top accolades as top in sales and team building. However, the spirit of generosity is the honor that I think fits her best. Please welcome Emerald Senior Vice President Sales Leader, Megan Slate.
I'm like so nervous.
All right, y'all. Are you ready for some group therapy? This is free for me. I don't have to pay for this, so I hope you're excited that we get to have some honest conversation together. So many of you might know my story, so this might be a little bit 2.0 for you, but I'm going to break it into our new mission statement of cleaner, safer, and better, because I think it's time to create change. What do you think? Let's go. Let's go. Everyone deserves to have a home that's clean and safe. So let's start with cleaner. When my daughter, Gracie Joy, was born, hi Gracie, I think she's watching. Hi sweetie, love you. My heart exploded with love for her. I had never before been so tired and so happy all at the same time. She added such joy to my life, and I loved everything about being a mom. I had millions of dreams for her life and for her future and what we would do together.
Millions?
A few weeks after she started to crawl, she was about 8 months old, I was invited to a Norwex party, and I was totally not going. Anyone? Anyone else? Those things are scams. Don't go to those parties. My husband and I, we were working 6 part-time jobs. We were barely making it, so I didn't have money to spend on extras, and I just, again, didn't do those parties. But my friend kept telling me stories about her children and the changes she was seeing in her home and in her health, and she kept asking me if I was coming, like literally 3 times. And so I caved, and I went over to her house to see the demonstration. Y'all, I had always loved cleaning, but I had never been able to get the streaks and the residue from my surfaces. And I was using every chemical on the planet, right? And I was coughing and gagging from the fumes. So when I saw this product, I was hooked. I was like, where was this 20 years ago? Why didn't no one I was angry at every human in my life that didn't ever tell me about Norwex. I'm like, where were you? What were you thinking? I wanted the entire catalog. And I needed that mop so bad because I had a crawling baby, right? And then my house wouldn't have to be doused in vinegar and smell like salad every time I cleaned it.
Gross.
Everyone, every family, every mom with young children had to know about this stuff. So I started talking, and I haven't stopped. Right? That's what we do best. That's right. So person by person, I began to talk about creating change. And I had no idea that this decision would impact my daughter and my family and provide what we needed in a major health crisis for my little girl. So when Gracie was 2.5 years old, we moved. We left our home in Minnesota and we moved south. And somewhere in this process, she started to behave oddly. I didn't know what was going on. Looking back, she began a serious and scary regression. This is where I always fall apart, y'all. I'm always like, I'm going to get through it, and I just can't. The little girl that I loved began to leave me. She stopped. I forgot my Kleenex. Who has a countercloth? Someone. Throw me one. She stopped looking at my eyes. She stopped saying my name. You're the best. Thank you. We'll just hold this. It's fine. She stopped talking to me. She would scream every 15 minutes and have meltdowns for hours. Jeez, do you have another one? It's very absorbent. It's very absorbent. She would sit in the corner of the house and she would line up cars for hours. She wouldn't notice that I was even there. If I asked her a question, she would repeat it back to me. Or she would stare right through me like she didn't see a word I said. She couldn't sleep. She would only eat 3 foods. She would be awake from 2 to 6 a.m. with insomnia at least 3 nights per week. No one in her home was sleeping. She cried and had these hour-long meltdowns, and it seemed like she was in pain, and she couldn't tell me. My little girl was gone. Gracie was diagnosed with autism 6 months later. Sheesh, guys. Group therapy. This is group therapy. This is what we do. So I honestly didn't believe it at first when this was given to us. I felt like she had been stolen away from me, and I was waiting for someone to explain all this and bring her back. And I remember sitting on the couch and asking myself, would she get married? Would she have friends? Would she ever say my name and talk to me again? Oh, you're helping me! You're helping me! Thank you! Okay. What, good thing I need your box of fake body cloths or the thing that you've figured out. So Gracie was gone, and I had lost the dreams that we had together. So, y'all, did you know that autism affects 1 in 36 children? So I know that there are those of you out there that are impacted by this, or you have a child with a different diagnosis, right? Or you have customers, you have family, you have friends that are impacted by a diagnosis of a child. And I know how that can cause your heart to feel hopeless and lost, and to feel like there's no hope. There's no hope. It's just going to be like this forever. And I'm here to tell you, there's hope. There's hope. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Woo. So when Gracie was diagnosed, the given treatment plan for her was speech therapy once a week. And that was it. Okay, I think I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm good. Do you want this back? You're so sweet. I owe you. I'll pay you $1. Thanks, guys. Okay. We're through it. So there was nothing said about her diet, her gut, her brain, nothing. We had several stressful therapy appointments, and I just realized this strategy wasn't going to work for me. This wasn't going to heal my child. I knew she was in there, and I knew something had taken her away. And if we could find a way to figure it out and heal her, we could get her back. But we needed help, and y'all, we needed money. We needed money. If you ever look into homeopathy or integrative medicine or a muscle testing doctor, you understand that these things aren't covered by insurance, and testing for things that are root causes is expensive. It is an investment. So I started to realize the perks of a gig, a side gig, a home-based business, right? I could stay home with my children, and I could work when I had time. I participated in a large vendor event. I had never done these before. I didn't know what I was doing, but I went to this vendor event, and I put butter on the surface and cleaned it for hours. And people were like, right? So I booked one party at this vendor event, and it opened doors for me and propelled me into a line of in-person demonstrations that changed my business and my family's ability to heal my child. We began to pursue holistic. Isn't that awesome? It's awesome. So we began to pursue this holistic treatment with a well-known holistic neurologist. And let's talk now about SAFE. So the testing that we did a comprehensive stool analysis. It's fun. It's a good time. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a fun one. And this testing revealed that Gracie had no good gut bacteria. None. Her brain was starving. Her microbiome had been wiped out completely. There's lots of factors there. We could talk for days about this. But her brain was inflamed. On her brain scan, she was bright red. She has what's called the MTHFR genetic mutation. Google that one. And it means you don't detox. It means you don't methylate properly. So, okay, who's a mom in this room? You can be a dog mom, too. You could be a goat mom. You could be a cat mom. Oh, we have goats here. Yay. How many of you thought that as a mom, you are creating a safe environment for your family by using sanitizing wipes? How many of you thought that? I thought that. The world thinks that. Our culture thinks that. And I couldn't help, in light of the gut test results that we had, about all the times that I used sanitizing wipes to wipe my daughter's toys. So, what do? We take the wipes, and we wipe their toys, and we hand them back to the child. They're still wet. And what would she do with them? Put them in the mouth. Put them in her mouth. And if you guys know, I think we have a picture about the instructions about this. But it took a Norwex party for me to realize that I was putting a hazardous cleaner, a pesticide, right? These sanitizing wipes are classified as pesticides. And I was putting it on her toys. Now, y'all, I grew up on a farm. Anyone grew up on a farm? You grew up on a farm? I would spray weeds. My brother and I would spray the fence line, and we used a pesticide, right? And I was told, you wear long pants, you wear long sleeves, you never spray into the wind, and when you come home, what do? You take a shower. Why? Get the pesticides off your skin, because pesticides are bad for you. You don't want to mess with pesticides on your body. But here I was, bringing these sanitizing wipes, bringing these toxic chemicals into my home, and applying them to my children's toys. I had no idea. I would go to a store, and I would assume that everything on the shelf was safe for me and my children, and it's not. It's not. And how many moms actually look at the instructions on those wipes? Nobody does. You think people actually wipe for 4 minutes? No. We don't have time. So we have got to educate y'all and get these out of people's homes. You don't have to clean with these wipes. You don't have to clean with these toxic chemicals. There's better ways. So just think about this. When a family switches to Norwex, they never again have to worry about children of any age ingesting sanitizing wipe residue. And that's our mission. That's our mission. We can create that change. Yes. Okay, so this is the fun part of the story. This is the part where I'm not crying again. How did this journey, Norwex has funded my daughter's recovery. We could never have afforded any of her healing journey without Norwex. We could never have afforded it. So, the first thing we did was we changed her diet, okay? The power of the diet. So the gut is the second brain. When you heal the gut, you heal the brain. We took out gluten, we took out casein, we took out sugar, we added a probiotic. We did all this testing to find root causes to her health issue. You have to find the root cause. It was not easy. We found a lot of diagnoses for her. She has celiac, she has Lyme, she has PANS. There are lots of diagnoses and root causes. We could talk for days about this. But when we changed her diet, guys, after a week, she looked at me again. She said my name. I saw a glimpse of what it meant to heal her body and to get her back. So we kept at it. And, we bought her nutritious food, anti-inflammatory food. We invested into these doctors that she's, seen over the years. And her gut has healed. Her appetite, she eats everything. Her behavior has changed. And, y'all, it was hard work, but it was worth every investment that we made. So I began to see, isn't that awesome? It's awesome. It's amazing. Thanks, y'all. So I began to see more and more the benefits of being my own boss. I really like to be my own boss. Anybody else? I really like it. And I could see the potential for this business. I started to dream. And my Norwex business began to bloom and explode. And my eyes were really opened to the cultural impact of chemicals in people's homes. And people just don't realize it. I didn't realize that body burden also was passed from moms to their children in utero. Do you see this? As a woman, when you have a child, and it's a little girl, that her eggs are already in her body at the time that she is in your womb. Did you know that? So my toxins went to my daughter, right? And to my grandchildren. Think about the impact that you have as a woman on removing toxins from your home. You think you have no influence? You think you have no power? You have influence on the next 3 generations, right there. Because of simply being a female and carrying a little girl. And it's amazing. But we have to take this seriously, right? Do you know other women with toxic chemicals on their skin, on their body, in their homes? We need to tell them. We need to tell them. So that's what I've been doing, and person after person would start to tell me these changes in their health because they were throwing away their toxic cleaners, right? It's not hard. Just throw them away. It's fine. Just get rid of them. Scented plugins, y'all. Oh, you've got work to do. We've got work to do. So I'll fast forward for y'all. Gracie's 11, and she has been to a total of 11 naturally minded doctors. Every doctor has revealed a new root layer or a root cause. We've had hours of appointments, and I will tell you guys, every appointment, every cross-country trip, every penny spent, every sacrifice has been worth it because I have her back. I have her back. Oh, shoot. Where did I put that counter? No, I'm good. I got it. Woo. So awesome. So she's pursuing point in ballet right now, like, you know, where you're on your toes, like that thing. Like, I'm amazed at it. She loves performing in our local Nutcracker every Christmas. She sleeps all night long. She eats all the food. We have conversations. She has friends, and we still, y'all, have healing work to do. And this is a journey for sure, but she's come back. She's come back. That's right. It's possible. It is possible. So because of all the healing work that they had done, my children started to attending school this past year. So it's a big transition for our family. And my kids were doing extremely well. Like, we love the school that they're in. Aren't they the cutest? Oh my gosh, they're just the cutest. And several months in, this is my son Samuel, and he started having headaches. Right? We had never gone to a typical school where you go every day, and every day he would come home with a headache. So there's lots of factors here to consider, lots of health journeys here. But the health coach that I was working with, she kept asking me about the chemicals in the classroom. And I was like, okay. So I did some digging. And I had sent him to school with Norwex. I was the teacher, we were on board that my son was not asked to use sanitizing wipes. But all the other kids in the room were asked to use the wipes on their desks. I didn't even think about that. So every day, my son was indirectly exposed to these toxic chemicals. So, okay, think about this. The kids, when they use the wipes on the desk, are they washing their hands? Do they pick their nose? Do they go eat lunch right after? Or eat their snack on their desk? Is their snack on their desk? And then they eat it? What? Why are tables where children might have a snack, why are they wiped with a toxic chemical? This is not safe for children. It's not safe for them. So I called Samuel's teacher and explained what the health coach had suggested, and I asked if she would be open to removing the wipes completely from the classroom. And she was understanding, and she agreed to try it. So I sent 20 Enviros with my son to school, and for the rest of the week, the classroom was Norwex, right? No toxic chemicals. It was awesome. Yeah. And guess what happened? For the rest of the week, there were no headaches. He didn't have headaches. Schools are supposed to be safe places for children to learn, not to combat toxic residues on their desks. It's huge. So people just don't know. So if you go and you do some research on the process of testing for a chemical in the United States, you will be shocked. I was shocked at the process or the lack of the process to confirm safety. The European Union has banned 1,600 chemicals from personal care products. In the United States, 11 out of 10,000 plus have been banned by the FDA. We're getting it opposite. We're getting it wrong. We don't pull an ingredient from the shelf until it's proven to be unsafe, instead of testing to see that it's safe first and then putting it into our product, right? So we have a mission, guys, to protect our children and our family, because no one is doing it for you. No one. You are the gatekeeper of your home. And we all know people out there thinking that by cleaning with a toxic spray on their counters or with paper towels or on their kids' toys, that they're doing the right thing, just like we used to think. And as best as I knew how, I was trying to be a good mom. And now, y'all, it's time to show them there is a better way to protect your family. There's a better way. So I recently learned about some stats. These are kind of fun. I personally have impacted 128,000 homes in America. Right? Right?
Huh?
Incredible. So I have a team of 5,000 people. Do some multiplication there. What would happen if we all impacted the community that we were in, the audience that we had, and we impacted them? What would happen? What would happen? You would have no cleaning aisle at the store. Cleaning products that are toxic would not be sold because everyone would know. And that is what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to do. I signed up for a free mop. That's it. And it's become something way more than I ever could have dreamed of. So consider how many people you could impact just by sharing with one person, one party, one demo, one life changed. I had no idea how many people I would influence, and neither do you. You have no idea. We have work to do. It's time to speak up. It's time to get loud. It's time to create change, one home at a time. It's time to make a difference, one home at a time. Create that change one home at a time. Because all families, all children deserve cleaner, safer, and better. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.
Look at your standing ovation here. Look at that.
Wow.
I think Mommy is really
Megan, all of this right here speaks to how much impact and influence you've had on all of us. And it is no surprise that your team name is Team Gracie, because your mission all started with taking care of Gracie and doing what's best for her. Amen, right? Thank you so much for sharing from your heart. That's one of the many things we all love about you. The emotion, we're there with you. It impacts each and every one of us. So thank you for sharing. Let's all give Megan another round of applause. We love you. Woo! How many are going to take the challenge from Megan? We can do this, right? Let's create change, one home at a time, one person at a time. Absolutely. Let me hear it in another round of applause for Megan.